Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters. All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. Give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. All praises, all praises. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, brethren. Thank you. My apology. It took me a while to get here. My apology. Beloved, today we are going to go into the book, The Prince of the House of David. There should be a link in the description if you want to get this book. This book, again, is 165 years old. The link in the description so far, when I look, it's the original book. Okay, this book is the first edition. They have another edition, the third, the fourth. This one is very rare. The PDF and this one, they are both the same. They are very, very rare. Those are the first one that they ever wrote. this thing and the PDF 100% meat. The one that you bought, the second edition, the third, the fourth, anything after that, there's one that came in 2019, is nothing but bones. Nothing but bones. Okay. They give you things that are like similar. Well, at this point, not similar. They give you things that only refer to the story that you heard of the Bible. They took every single thing, every third account, second account out. They only give you the first account that you already know in the Bible. They just give you a little here, a little there. This book is the original one. It's very fragile. When we read it, page keep ripping off. The back is all ripped off. This book is 100% the meat. And again, when you read this book, you will make mistake. In order for you to know why they are taking certain part out, brothers, why they are taking those thing part, you will understand they did the same thing to the Bible. When I'm reading this book, brothers, I just realize how much they took out of the Bible. How they replaced word, altered word. They took a lot. Okay. I mean, to what I'm studying, what we have, the Bible is nothing but there's a little meat in there. The true things, they took them out, they keep them somewhere. But by the Holy Spirit and the Most High power and His will, we know what's in there. We are reading letter 7 today. Letter 7, and the book, it's page 100 and give me a second. No, not page 100. It's page 96. Page 94. Page 94, letter 7. And this letter, brethren, we are going to see. We're going to meet the Gibeonites from the book of Joshua. Okay? And the throne of David. They give you a hell of, they give you the massive meat when it comes to the Gibeonites. The Gibeonites or Gibeonites, however you want to pronounce it. And then they remove the information. There's a reason why, because when this book came out in 1851, we were still in hardcore slavery. Okay, beloved, let us begin. Let us start it. Let us getting started. This is letter 7. Again, this is, you see what they do here, brothers? They took this whole page out. They took both pages out. They took every single thing out. Is that thing? Huh. It looks like. All right, they can see me well. They took all of it out. Okay, this is where they begin it. All right, they begin it right here. You see, they even took all of this out. They took all of this out because they are nothing but meat. And they begin this letter 7 begin. It was faint down when we was from. Well, I don't even think that's where they begin it. Yeah, they begin it. It was faint down when we was from our couches to prepare the journey. And they took all those things out. Okay. And then why? Why did they do this? Let us see. This is the letter between father and daughter. Well, mostly between daughter and father. The daughter Adina to her father, and she's in Jerusalem, and the father is in Egypt, Alexandria. She's in Yasharala, Jerusalem and stuff. And then this is why they will tell you why they removed this. Let us begin. Page 94, letter 7. My dear father, my trembling fingers scarcely hold the light to read, and which I am about to write you concerning the extraordinary things that I have seen and heard, but they tremble only with joy. Why is that? They took this part out, brothers. They want you to think that during the whole thing, during the whole YAHAWAH period and stuff, the only people that was there is the disciple, the Pharisees, and that's it. That's what they showed you. In the movies, they show you a few people were there, certain people. When in this book, when you're reading, there were scribe there were lawyers there are doctors, there are people that would book, there are people that taking notes. I mean, you come in and speak when John the Baptist is speaking, you don't come and write down what he's saying. There are all sort of people here. They remove this as a witness. So you want to ask, okay, where is the book of that guy? There was a merchant there. He was a rich Ishmaelite. They did say he was written. What he was writing things down. So where is this book? I want to know what he said. It doesn't match this. They don't want you to know that there are people that was there and they were writing things down. Okay. Um. Oh, my father, my dear, dear father, Messiah has come. I have seen him. I have heard his voice. He has truly come. Oh, joy, joy, my eyes have beheld him, of whom Moses, okay, and the prophets did write. But let me not anticipate in order that you may not that you may believe as I believe, though through you have not seen him. I will give to you an account of those events which have happening since my last letter has seen to you. So she saw the Messiah. She said, I saw him, joy, joy. I am so, my hands are trembling, not because I fear, but I'm trembling because I'm trembling with joy. But I will give you the account the right way because you weren't there. I have to give it to you step by step, detailing, so you will know exactly why this happened, exactly why I was so happy. Okay. I will try to write free from emotion. Okay, she doesn't know what's happening to her. Okay, she call it emotion. She doesn't know what that is. A lot of people still don't know what that is when they are overcome with it. They think it's like I'm getting emotional and stuff. I was the first bastard to came in and told in a video Raphael, I thought I was getting emotional, but I have no idea what was coming over me until after I listened to the video and I realized what happened. Okay, she thought she was getting emotional. Okay, but again, we already know what was overpowering her. All right, I will try I will try to write free from emotion and keep my bounding heart still and my hand calm while I set in order all that taken place, that your understanding may judge of them with that candor and wisdom which makes men see in you the wisest Israelite in the land of Egypt. You will recollect this. This is where they begin it. They cut all of that out because you know why? They want to still letting people think when certain things happen in their life, when they receive certain joy, certain news, and then certain emotion come over them, they start crying. They want them to say, "This is tear of joy." Oh, that's nothing. That's just you getting emotional. Oh, you have this experience. It's normal for you. The psychiatrist will sit there. They'll say, "Oh, they will not tell you this has this. That's mama right there. They won't tell you that's what that is. They will remove it. Okay, that's what they did. Okay, all right. So now they begin it. So they begin the letter. You will recollect that they begin, my dear father. You will recollect in my last epistle, and then they took all of those stuff that we just explained. They took it out, and then this is more stuff they took out, which went by Cairo caravan. Why they took Cairo in it? Do you know how far? Do you know how far it is from Cairo in Egypt to Israel? Back then, you know how far it would, you know how long it would have taken you from traveling. The way they put it in so-called Middle East, the way they put Cairo and Jerusalem, you know how far that is to travel from Cairo to go to Cairo, Egypt. You know how far, you know how many months that will take you. It took her like a few days. They removed that, so you won't calculate the distance. They remove it. All right. went by Carol Caravan. I mentioned that Rabbi Amos, taking advantage of the recess and his duty at the temple, the course of the venerable Eliud being now um, waiting upon the altar, made up his mind to pay his annual visit to the wheat field which he has in charge. They took that out near Jericho. So now, why did they take this out, brothers? Why did they took the wheat field from Jericho? You see, in the Middle East, they showed you, excuse me, Jericho is like an all desert. They told you that's what it was, that's what it is, that's what it will always be, a freaking desert. Now, to have a wheat field, brothers, you cannot go a wheat field in an unfertile land, in a desert. You can't do this. Excuse me. They make sure they remove every single thing that have to do with plantation in there. A plentiful land, beautiful land. The rabbi owned a wheat field, he owned farm. You cannot farm in Jericho. That desert to show you, you cannot farm in it. So that's why they took, when she's describing all lush, how the plain is, the trees and all that, that thing look like a jungle. She's describing a jungle unto you, like you need a good yes, you need a good water source to water your wheat. Jericho is nothing but a desert. That city over there in the Middle East, when you see it's all desert. That's how you're watching an old Bible movie. It's all being done in the desert. You never see those people in the lush land. But when you read the Bible and all the book, they keep telling you they're in the lush land, there are trees and stuff. When they're talking about wilderness, it doesn't necessarily mean they're in the desert. It just means the wilderness is in out of the city and the hood. They took that out. All right. Again, and is the temple course the venerable near the Jericho, and which, as you know, are not his own lands, but are entrusted to him for the heirs of Manasseh, of the tribe of Benjamin. Now, why did they take that out? They always take the tribe where our people came from. Barely in the Bible, even Paul say, I'm from the tribe, they are my brethren, Israelites from the tribe of Judah. Barely. In the book of Tobit, they remove everything. When Tobit was asking Raphael, he didn't know Raphael was an angel, Tobias. And he was like, yo, what tribe you from? Raphael said, that's not, that it doesn't matter. No, I'm here and I offer my service. Will you hire me? That's our brethren talk when they meet another's. See, tribe of Levi? Yeah, I'm in the tribe of Levi. Oh, I'm tribe of Zebulun. They removed that. So you won't know there were 12 tribes. So you won't know, wait a minute. Those people always ask what tribe you came from. All of a sudden now they are the church. You see, each tribe have a specific characteristic. The reason why we know the Viking were the tribe of Dan, because they were the boatmen. And then they were Israelites. Their boat moved way faster than any other boat because they didn't use the typical stuff that you're using here. They use the ley line to travel in their boats. Their boats can go with astonishing speed. This is letter 7, page 95. Yeah, so they removed that. Who was slain in trying to rescue Jericho from the women's. That's when the women's invaded Jericho when they were coming to occupy us. Rabbi Amos also felt no little curiosity to hear John of Jordan, as he called, whose fame has spread far and wide. At the request of Mary and myself, he consented that we should accompany him. Again, I have no idea which Mary they're talking about. They did this on purpose. There are so many Mary. That's Mary, her cousin, okay? That was a common name. They say Mary mean Eve anyway. So and myself, he consented that we should accompany him. John, the young man who is betrothed to my cousin, having gone to Sea of Galilee to see about certain ships which were there in charge of his brother James and his father, was to meet us at Gilgal and accompany us to Jordan. For he thinks that speaking of nothing now the prophet of the wilderness, from whom he feels that he suffered great loss to be absent even for a day. The road from Jerusalem to Jericho had become recently unsafe on account of the boldness of an insurrectionary chief called Barabbas. Okay, Barabbas was like one of us. Barabbas was like the he was a two-third dude. He really want to. You have to understand, all our people back then, even the two-third brothers, okay, they really didn't want the women's in there. They didn't want any occupation. You see, the two-third, they want to do everything free without anybody tell them anything. It's the priest, the Negro on top. Those are the Negroes that always want they got a higher job. You see, in the mind of the priests, the so-called Levites, they did some way or somehow not control but manipulate the government. They do that. They never give the woman's order, but they will say, well, if you don't get rid of this guy or get rid of this dude, Biden gonna hear about that, man. And if Biden heard, man, that's gonna be a problem for you. It's gonna remove you, and you're my homeboy. I don't want things to happen. And then whoever's the chief of police or anything like that, they will kill that other black man because another black man don't like you. That's how a lot of our leaders got killed. Old man Martin, certain Negro, Jesse Jackson don't like the dude or the Negro, and then they say, yeah, I can do the job, but this guy got certain things. He's gonna rally the people and tell them this land is theirs. If he does this, there's nothing I can do. And then before they heard about the rumor, read that book, An Act of State. It will tell you who really did the deed when it comes to Martin Luther King. Don't watch video, read book. Act of State. An Act of State. I mentioned this book before. And a lot of people got problem with Martin because somehow they read somewhere that he said, I'm afraid that I lead my people to a burning building. I don't know where you people get this, but yeah, read the book. All right. So Barabbas was robbing the Gentiles. He was killing them, and he was also robbing and killing his own people. Barabbas didn't care. He was one of the two-third. He out there for himself and his people and his robbers. That's what he does. Barabbas was killing people. Okay. Yeah, an Act of State, the execution of Martin Luther King. It's $21 on Amazon. Trust me. If you keep getting this book, you read it and you're like, oh crap. Oh boy, I didn't know anything about the brother except watching videos about him. Those are the people that did research that were with him and they know what happened. So Barabbas was this fellow. Okay, he's a self-interest man. Everything. Barabbas is like a two-third that me, my. But what about your people, Barabbas, man? Come on, man. You don't want to do this to your people. Let me. Like Barabbas was like Chris Rock. They said, well, Chris Rock, then you gotta go to the school and talk to the kids. I'm like, F the kids. Give me a bulletproof, maybe. A bulletproof vest, maybe. Barabbas really didn't care. Barabbas was robbing the left and the right. He didn't care. So the road become unsafe because he was robbing people. So you cannot travel by yourself now. You have to travel as a group. And when you travel as a group, you better be armed because Barabbas is going to come after you, man. And he's gonna take everything and he leave no survivor. His own people, he leave no survivor. Crazy, man. So they took all of that out, all right? They took all of it out. baptized by him, he had fallen upon a large parties of them and taken from them all their goods and money. You see what Barabbas was doing? He find a group of people that they were just being baptized by John the Baptist. He swaggered. Barabbas swaggered jacked them. He took everything that they have. He didn't kill them though. He like, okay, well, I do want you guys to go tell the people to come over there. And then Barabbas, what he was doing, brothers, he was targeting people going to John the Baptist because they were bringing food, they were bringing money, they were bringing stuff to give John to offer. John never took anything. Barabbas took them. So he was like targeting those people. Sometimes did you know they really don't know how he looked like? They heard of him. Sometimes he's in the midst of the people talking and then controlling how many money they have, how much money, and then go ahead of them. In the middle of the whole thing, he will leave, go ahead, get his band of robbers and swagger jack everyone. Okay? He robbed those people, man. They're just getting from baptized, man. Like, that guy has no chill, man. He robbed them. All right? On this account, Rabbi Amos accepted the courtiers of the escort of the young centurion, who had been ordered by the procurator Pontius Pilate to keep the road open between Jerusalem and Jericho, for even the Roman couriers were stopped by his faceless robber and slain by him. Again, Barabbas was so bad. He doesn't care. Did you know you're not supposed to rob a messenger, man? That's like that's like robbing God if you rob a messenger. Barabbas didn't care. He will stop the woman's courier. He will swagger jack them. He will kill all of them. He will take everything they have, letters. They're like, yo, I only carry a message. He's like, I don't give a take everything them Negroes have and kill them. That's how it was. So Pontius Pilate give orders to the centurion, the young centurion, to keep the road open and then let travel going on. So Barabbas won't stop very important messages get in and out of Jerusalem and the other countries. Okay. The pride of the Rabbi Amos shrunk from his dependence upon the woman arm and making a peaceful journey through his own land. But there is, alas, dear father, no one now among the seed of Abraham to assert their rights. What a shame. What a shame, man. What a shame. It says the woman, the young woman centurion, he's like, he want to heard about John the Baptist too. He want to heard what is so fascinating about this culture. So he offered Rabbi Amos, okay, an escort. He said, my soldiers will escort you from here to the desert so Barabbas won't harm them. Again, this is all of the Mosai, okay? This is all of the Mosai. The Mosai put Barabbas here to do all those scumbag stuff, to bring fear to the people so he can bring these woman centurions here, so we can bring his people protected. That was all the Mosai, all right? The Mosai did all of those things. He allowed it to happen, okay? So the rabbi was like, damn it, this is a shame, man. You know, I'm like, with how low we have fallen, there's no seed left in Abraham that could stand up and then fight for the people. Brothers, our people were broken still. Our people were broken. There's no soldiers, you got a bunch of cowards and then men of cloth and scumbag. Barabbas and the other guys, most of his crew were Gentiles anyway, because his own people will not trust him to do this. That's all we had. We had nothing. So, excuse me, the pride of the rabbi shrunk, man. It's like, yo, I'm receiving help for Gentiles to walk in my own land. And he said, we can only bow to our heads and the yoke that the Lord put upon us. He accept his fate. Say, man, beggars can be choosers. You guys are women, and I'm a priest. I don't have the power anymore. I could have called the Gadites. The Gadites, I have no doubt Barabbas could be a Gadite. The Gadites would have accompanied me. You know, they would have just brought me to this place. I didn't even would need the Gadites. I would just walk over there, and then the moment the people will see the men of Israel walking with the staff in their hand, they will have withdrew from me. But the pride fell off, the land fell off, we are desolate, this happened. And then they took all of that out, brothers. They took all of this out. This is what they put. It was faint dawn when we rose from our couches to prepare for the journey. The mules upon which we were to ride were brought into the court by the two swarthy Gibeonites. Define that word swarthy. Okay, they cut all of that out. They cut all of that out. They just say, "My dear father, you will recall the letter. We were wars in the morning, and then swarthy Gibeonites." Remember, in the 1800s, they didn't have a term for black. Or they didn't have a term for white. Okay? They had swarthy. Okay? Swarthy means dark complexion, dark skin. Of dark color, complexion, or cast, dark skin. That's how you know those folks were black folks, brown skin. And then they say this swarthy. There's a reason why they put that in there in the new book. In the old book, everything is in there. This is the brand new edition. Okay, dark skin. Okay, swarthy. The mules upon which we were to ride were brought unto the court by the two swarthy Gibeonite serfs, who Rabbi Amos holds in his service in comparison with rich saddle cover with Persian saddle cloth. Define serf. SERF, a serf. When they say you're a serf, oh, this is my serf. Those are the serf out there. Oh, those are you government serf. What does that mean? Rabbi Amos holding his service with comparison with his rich saddle covered with Persian saddle cloth, embroidered with gold. The two-pack mules were also made ready, on one of which was the traveling equipage of my cousin Mary. Okay. And myself, which Rabbi Amos smilingly said, took up more space than the goods of traveling wares of Damascus merchant. Okay. Serf, noun, a servant or a slave employed in husbandry, and some countries attached to the soil and transfer with it. Serf or slave. And this magnificent book, one of my favorite book, man. The Middle Ages, Everyday Life and Medieval Europe by Jeffrey L. Singman. Beautiful book. I'm studying this book. I love it. I love it. We did a lot. A serf is a slave, so to speak. Now, they just said in the morning, she said in the morning we woke up and we were getting our stuff ready. You know how our women take very long to get their things done. So not only those women, they took way too long to get things done. They even take way too much. They got like two mule, and then it's like a bunch of people. The two women that they brought with them, they brought way more. They brought every single thing, and then they packed the mules. And then Rabbi Amos look at the stuff, and then he smiled. He said, "Man, you girls take way too many things. That's why Barabbas really like when a bunch of women is going over there and you go get the good word. So we swagger jack them because there's a lot of stuff over there." Okay, the name of the book is The Middle Ages, Everyday Life in Medieval Europe. There's one that talk about sword fighting. It's pretty good too. Okay, this book is magnificent. A lot of good stuff in there. Okay. And I was in love with the so-called Middle Ages. But my favorite story, my favorite book is Durandal. I studied in French. I studied when I was in high school French literatures. The 100-Year War between the French and the English. That wasn't what you thought it was. It was between us. Okay, we had 100 years war. That's why the Mosai had to destroy us over there. That's why he sent the Black Plague upon us, because we were doing a lot of crap. All right. Some of us want to worship Allah. Some of us want to worship God. Some of us don't want to worship. We were doing a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's what that is. So yeah, so the rabbi look at the women, and then he smiled. He said, "You guys will take way too many things." And then they're like, yeah, take this, take that, because it's always When men is going somewhere, they just go because if they need something, they're like, I'll get it at home. But women is like, if they need something, they have to get it here. That's why they walk around with purse. And men, we really don't carry purse. Not of today. Right now, they got merce, a men purse. You see some dude walking around with some giant freaking uh purse. They call them merce instead of purse. Men carrying purse. Like women, they literally women purse. You see this? Oh no, that's not girly. It's like a merce. Well, they can't. There's flowers and a little unicorn in it. But anyway, so, uh, so they were charging the mules. So and the mule were well dressed and all that, and then they were going from they were traveling from Damascus. They met merchant coming from Damascus and all that. At sunrise, after we had kneel upon the housetop in view of the temple and sent up our prayers with its sacrifice and clouds of ascending incense, we descend to the court verder to the Mount of Road. So in the morning, they wake up and then they pray, they burn incense to the Heavenly Father, and then they go on their way. They took all of that out, okay? They took all this part out. Okay, when they say they'll go on the road, and then they don't tell you this story. You don't know about that story, all right? They caught it in the morning. They caught the story. They begin. The morning was bright and cheerful. They give you all description. Morning, bright, cheerful. Oh, I can smell this. I can smell that. They never give you the backstories of what happened here. And now, brothers, for those of you who read the Throne of David, you know definitely what happened here. For those of you, damn, that read the book of Joshua, and I'm not talking about the book of Joshua that they in the Bible. I'm talking about the book of Joshua in the book of Jasher. Holy moly, Joshua was terrible, brothers. When you our people were taking. You cannot, brothers, when you read the book of Joshua in the book of Jasher, you realize, brothers, that our people were taking up land and fighting. They literally will tell you they were fighting giants. They were taking countries, brothers. And all you see in the Middle East is just a little land that the island of Haiti is bigger than it, man. Oh, Joshua was bad. Joshua was one bad mother. If not the greatest warrior, I mean, Joshua was one bad mother. Joshua did not make any mistake. Well, he did. He made this. You will find out that one mistake Joshua made. But Joshua was bad, dog. Joshua was so bad. Like, Joshua literally, brothers and sisters, took out the whole world, man. Joshua, with his band, with his command, with his firmness, because he was trained by Moses. Joshua was the Negro that really don't care. You know one reason why Joshua succeeded? He wasn't a priest. Joshua wasn't really, his sole duty was kicking ass and taking them. Let's put it that way. He was a warrior. Moses was everything. Remember, Moses was a prince. He was an Egyptian prince. He was a king. He was everything. So Moses was juggling too much ball. Joshua's one ball is to do the Lord's work. He was the Lord's right hand. Oh, Joshua did a lot. Joshua wasn't gonna take Hesh with the people. He let the 70 shepherds, the 70 elders talk to the people. Moses was like talking to the people. The people keep asking Moses because Moses become the Messiah, their leader, the Christ. And then they keep bothering Moses. When they come to Joshua, say, if one of you Negro come over here and ask you for something, I'll take your head off. Remember that dude in the book of Joshua? That guy that the Lord told Joshua, go to people, go to these Canaanites here, kill every single person, men, women, children, suckling, infant, beast, kill everything. Take none, just take the land. And Joshua gave the order, but there was a dude, he went in there, he killed everybody, but he stole a cloth. He stole a garment, a Babylonian garment. He loved it. You know what he was doing? He was worshiping it. The Babylonian garment was like one of those richly garment. He stole it, and then they didn't know anything about that. And then after that, they went to a battle, and then Joshua lost. And Joshua came back and said, "What the f? What happened? How did we lose?" And then Joshua said, "One of you must have done something. Whoever that did this thing, come upon the nation, confess your sin." And that guy came in, and he was a son of Judah. He said he stole this Babylonian garment. And then Joshua said, "Take this mother lover, bring him in the back, and shoot him in the head." They took that guy, his wife, they took his children, his beasts, all his belonging. They stoned them to death. And then they burned him to death. Joshua didn't play that, man. Man, Joshua was one bad mother. Yeah, the book, man, you reading the story of book of Joshua, I mean, it's like you're breathing. You are out of breath, man. The things like those guys got to do, leaping, flying off the wall, killing giants that their head reach above the cloud and all that stuff. Okay. Our people were taking land all over Europe, all over here in the Americas, all over the places, all over, man. And the Caribbean, it wasn't just one mass lane, it was all over the world. They were traveling to the ley line, they were taking all those stuff, man. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. So now, why they would remove this? This is why. Okay. There was a stout. They removed this. Okay. There was a stout mule for good Rabbi Amos, though the centurion sent him an handsome horse and handsome Persian horse to ride. But my uncle said that he had never trusted himself on the uncertain animal as a horse in his youth, and he thought he should scarcely adventure such as a feat in old age, as he preferred his mule. Why is that? They brought, the young centurion sent Rabbi Amos a beautiful Persian horse, a strong Persian horse, a fast horse. And he said, "Oh hell no, I ain't gonna ride this freaking horse, man. Give me my mule." But that's something what I've done when I was a young man. But right now, I can't be on the freaking horse like that fast, man. What if I fail? I'm old. Give me that freaking mule. And brothers, one thing you need to know, anybody can try to find out how much an ass did cost back in the Bible day. You know how freaking expensive an ass was. I keep saying this. Even YAHAWAH could not afford an ass. Asses were like Lamborghini back then. Where area you would buy a freaking horse, you cannot buy an ass. Ass was like a luxurious thing, man. Can you believe this? To buy an ass, a freaking donkey, it's like the most luxurious animal you can buy. A freaking ass. That's why most people they could buy a mule. You could not buy an ass, and the asses were so the asses back then was so expensive. Like, yo, what? They're freaking ass, man. Like, yo, why I won't pay that much money for an ass? That's why YAHAWAH had to borrow a Lamborghini to walk in the cities. Hey, baby, I'm here. This is at my ass anyway, but yeah, that's like, hey, man, I'm good. Asses were freaking expensive, man. I was reading a book. I'm like, come on, really, man? That's how much expensive an ass was? Like, yo, like, are you kidding me? Like, this big... asses are very stumble, and then they're not even fast. Like they were considering a luxurious animal. You could not, because asses are stronger than all. Okay, that's why people would prefer an ass. And ass was like they will live forever, and then they are freaking strong. Yeah, the asses were freaking strong, man. Yeah, so I'm like, yo, why would man? Most asses was only ridden by like noble people. Most like when the king or go in the movie, you see the king riding horses. Now, when the king are going somewhere, you see nobles went a Bentley. Ass was like pretty much a freaking Bentley, man. When nobles are traveling, brothers, they really don't travel fast. They really want to travel for the people to see them because they want to travel slowly. Okay. So they will saddle their asses and then just chill on that ass and walk around. And people, man, damn, that guy's riding a beautiful ass, man. That's a pretty ass. This guy, they are freaking expensive, man. Yeah, an ass can carry a lot and they won't complain. They will carry a lot, but they are freaking stubborn, So that's what that is. So yeah, man, it's just like a lot. It's like, why would you? This is a freaking donkey, man. Now I ain't gonna pay 100 G's for a freaking donkey. I'll buy a freaking cow, man. I don't need a freaking donkey, man. Yeah, it's just a freaking donkey, So what's up with you? Anyway, so the rabbi say, I ain't gonna ride in this horse, give him a mule. So they give him they give him a mule. So having got they took all of that out, brethren. They took all of it out. All right. Having got ourselves seated upon our cushion saddles and veil ready to draw over our face, we expect each moment the arrival of the centurion and his cohort of horse. So the women sit on their asses, their mule and all that. So they are waiting for the centurion to come and be the escort. And when I say escort, to be their protege, the protege. It's what that's called in French. The protection is like a what do they call a cortege? Is that what that is? You see, when the president is moving somewhere, they have a bunch of security guard there. There's a proper name for this. So I forgot all about this. But they are waiting for the protection to come in. They are waiting on the centurion to come. All right. But a Numidian slave, okay, they had many slaves back then. They had the Numidian, okay, but a Numidian slave came running and bowing to the ground before Rabbi Amos, said that the centurion would meet us at the corner of the two ways beyond the walls at Absalom pillar. So an escort, an entourage, that I believe there's in French they call them cortege. Like a cortege is a specific elite protege that they have over there, some kind of scum name. They were waiting on that, but a Numidian, it's not Nubian, they say Numidian. I don't know who those people are. Numidian, Numidina. So the Numidian came in, a slave. He bowed. He said, the centurion said he cannot meet you here. He will make you be on the Absalom pillar. So he's waiting for you here. And then they say, okay, all right. We were 5 persons in all. We know they got 2 women, the rabbi, the Mary and Adina, the rabbi, and the 2 Gibeonite slaves. So it's 5 of them. If I got that right, let me see. We were 5 persons in all. Rabbi Amos, my cousin Mary, and myself. Those are the 3 people, okay? And myself, and the 2 Gibeonites. Remember, she never seen in Gibeonites before, if I'm saying this word right. She never seen them before. And then they're going to give you the same description of those Gibeonites, which they took out of the book. The new version, they took this out. And then this is the description of the Gibeonites. The same one that we read in the Throne of David. God, I love that book. And the 2 Gibeonites, both of whom were young men. So they were 2 young men, whose fathers for many centuries has been servants in the family of Amos, even from the time of Joshua. You guys remember that story? They give much more details in the book of in the Throne of David. They give detail in the book of David and the book of Joshua. Let's just touch on the story of the Gibeonites. The so-called, that's why we told you a lot of those people out there are not our people. And the word Gibeonites, if I said it right, is literally another word for narcissist. A Gibeonite precisely is another word for sociopath. Yeah, there are Canaanites. Remember, the Canaanites swagger jacked the land. They were giants, okay? They were giants. And the Gibeonites, they will give you in the description. So, long story short, when Joshua come and Joshua was kicking ass and taking name, man, the entire world, they were afraid of the Israelites because of Joshua. So they find out that Moses killed the baddest of the bad. Moses, put the name of the giant that Moses killed. Moses cut his head off, man. He was talking Hish. While he was talking Hish and saying great things upon the Most High, Moses used the ley line and moved with the speed of light and flew and jumped so high. And then with the sword of Moses, which there's a book called the Sword of Moses, and then take his head off, man. He died there. That guy was the baddest giant that ever lived. Og the giant. Og was still alive. Yeah, Og was Og lived for like thousands of years. Og was still alive during the time of Moses. Moses killed Og. Moses killed Og, man. Doing the whole Og was like the giant Samuel L. Jackson. If you read the book of Og, man. Yo, that book is, that's why when I was reading that book, one of you scumbag come up on my island and tell, oh, you are reprobate minds. There's sex in there. You scumbag. Cursed be you and your children for coming upon the loin of the Messiah like this. Yeah, the book of Og, man, that book is straight up triple X, man. Straight up to brothers, you'll be more comfortable watching some cyber stuff than reading this porn. Read this book. You'll be better watching something else. You will feel comfortable like, that's good. What Og was saying in this book, brothers, when you were reading this book, you like, good. There is no, I didn't even know those words exist. Oh man, Og used a word, brothers. He used a mixture. He said something that it blew my mind. It says he called Moses a residue. When women is giving birth, there's a liquid that came out that is mixed with feces. And then Og literally tell Moses is like this thing being and just eating and throw up, then Moses is the vomit of this thing. That's what he was calling Moses. He said, did you think Og was so proud? Og standing over there with his hand on his hip. Oh, he said, do you think that I didn't know? Do you think like my sorcerers were? Og was bragging too. Og was like, no, there is a name for it. They call it a name. Og said the name. He said, do you think that my sorcerers would have tell me that you Israelites men gonna come over there and stuff like that? And then doing the battle, talking. And then Moses take his head off. He didn't even Og died. He didn't even. Yeah, something like that. Mikonyom or something like that. And Og had a wife, and she was a giant. She gave birth to the first child, the dude, the son of Og. He took her 10 years, bedridden. She stayed in the hospital for 10 years. She could not walk, do anything for 10 years. That's why it was difficult for giant women to give birth. That's why you don't see a lot of giant women. Most of the giant were men. The Most High made it like this. And then the last time she gave birth to the moon child, I won't spoil the story. But so the story of the Gibeonites, doing the whole thing in the Bible, you know that Joshua was kicking a lot of asses and taking name. And in the process, the Gibeonites were the smallest one. They were the shortest one. And the Gibeonites find out that, if that guy killed Og, the baddest of the bad, there's no way we can beat this guy. They made a covenant. They say, let's go to him. Let's bring him food. Let's make a peace unto him. And the Most High did told Joshua, don't make any covenant with those people. And then the Gibeonites sent a group of people unto Joshua to make a covenant. They didn't want any war. They didn't want any smoke from the Most High. Okay? Yes, Moses' sword is just like the sword of Methuselah. Those swords can kill literally anything. They can cut through anything. I believe except the firmament. Those swords can cut through anything. The sword of Moses is real. Okay, the sword of Methuselah, they're also real. Okay, so I think Joshua used the sword of Moses. So the Gibeonite, they pack up their mule, their asses with the food and victual and stuff like that. And then they walk to meet Joshua. And then when they were coming, Joshua, the group of Joshua came in, and then the guy say, "Friend or foe, who the hell are you?" They say, "We are Gibeonites. We come in peace. We come in peace. We don't want to we don't want to mess with you guys." And then they come, they say, "Bring those guys to Joshua." And then they brought them to Joshua. They bow down. They say, "My Lord, we are Gibeonite. We heard your great glory, your great battle. You took down Og the giant. You took down the king of Bashan. You took down all those kings. And we figured out that we cannot stand in your glory. We offer ourselves as slaves unto you, sire. You may take the land. You may take everything, but give us life." There is a law in a commandment. Okay, there's a law that say if the soldiers come, they offer themselves as slaves. You cannot kill them. There is a law in the Hebrew law. If you go attacking a city, give the people a chance. Tell them to surrender first. If they refuse, you may kill everybody. But if they surrender, you cannot kill not even a beast in the midst of them. You violated the law. So what the Gibeonites, they knew about the law, and then they came in. If you come to the Hebrew in peace, they won't destroy you. Okay, and then they came in unto Joshua, and then they told Joshua, "We here, we want to offer ourselves as slave. Please don't kill us." And they say, "We would have bought you. We bought you food, but we from so far. The food is rotten. Our shoes are all messed up. Our clothes is all. We walked so far from the desert to meet you here, and then we're really sorry. We don't want to. We will offer you the food, but they are rotten. Will you accept them?" So Joshua still accept the food, and Joshua made a covenant with them. Joshua said, "You guys will be servant of Yasharallah forever," and then they accepted. Come to find out, brothers, the Gibeonite, yeah, they were very deceptive. Come to find out, those guys didn't live far at all. They live right down the corner. They live right down the corner. They live in the hood. They live next to Joshua. What they did, they took all the worst sandals they could find, all the worst clothes they could find. They took all the rotten food that they had. They put dirt upon their face and their body. They make themselves look horrible. And then they go upon Joshua and tell Joshua they've been working for 4 days, which they weren't. They were living like right down the corner. You see how you just get in your car and then you drove to a store, if you live in the hood, to the corner store. They were living right down the corner store. They scammed Joshua. And when Joshua find out those guys, they were living in the hood close to him, they lied to him because they know no matter what, that's the only way. They were pretty smart though. That's the only way, beloved, they will survive. They will survive. That was the only way. They could not fight Joshua. They could not win anything. They tricked Joshua. And the Most High did told Joshua, don't make any covenant with those people. You see, our people hearts, you got the greatest warrior, Joshua, yet his heart got melted when you see the situation of those people, because we were in the situation that they show themselves, but they were con artists. And Joshua said, because of what you did. And they say, my Lord, they admitted to Joshua. They say, Joshua, that was the only way, man. Well, y'all Negroes were going to kill us, man. I mean, you guys kill Og, man. You know what that is? You kill the strongest giant. What the hell, stuff. And Joshua said, you guys, you will not be servant. You see, when you're serving into the men of the Lord or Yasharallah, you like they're equal. You just here to do some certain service. Now Joshua put a curse upon them. Okay, the men of the Lord can do that, brothers. Okay, Joshua did. You see, when the Most High tell you to kill, don't make any covenant, kill everything, you do that. Joshua disobeyed. He made a covenant, and it cost him greatly. That's how I told you when it comes to the commitment, the Most High will give you orders that will straight violate the laws or 366 laws or whatever. A lot of us will do this. The Most High will call you and say, wake up. Saturday is your Sabbath. Go in the Sabbath. Go at work. When you get at work, you will work for money. You will take this money and then you will buy this thing and then you complete this thing. And then you say, oh, hell no, I ain't going to do this. And then that thing you were supposed to buy would have saved the life of your family. You disobeyed the Most High. And Joshua put a curse on them. He said, he looked at them. He said, now because you tell a lie and I cannot go back on my oath, because the men of the Lord never go back to their oath. That's why you don't take vows, brothers. You don't take vows like this. You never go back. Whatever what, be very careful when you're choosing your word. Be extremely careful when you're choosing your word. In fact, I'll tell you, don't take any vows. Don't talk to any. Don't promise anything. Don't say anything. Be very careful. So Joshua said, because I took my vow, now I can't go back onto it. And you guys gonna be servant unto the Lord, on the Lord's people for every generation. Now, let me tell you what kind of servant you're going to be. Joshua, he cursed them with the curse to say, you guys will remain what you are. Not from inside. You will become it outside. So those guys were normal looking people. But because of the curse of Joshua, they become, when you see, you can read them. The moment you look at them, you're like, God, oh, whoa, something is wrong with those guys. They look like goblin. They look like little goblin. You can see the ugliness. The Joshua brought the ugliness outside of them. You can literally, when you saw those guys, you're like, these dudes are people we cannot trust. I'm not trusting this guy. Joshua cursed them with a curse, and then he made them our slaves. So that's what he made them servant for it. What Joshua did, he brought the lies, he put it right on the skin. You can literally watch those guys, you see everything that they did. Yeah. All right. Those are the Gibeonites. Okay. Everybody clear on that? I'm out of water. All right. Those are the Gibeonites. Now, understand, when you saw a Gibeonite, when you watched them, when you saw them, you know their story. That's why we told you, not all skin folk or kinfolk. Some so-called black person, you look at them, you can read them. You can see this guy, he's not a good person. The way that this person look, the way that they talk, the way that they behave, the way that they expose, they talk in public, you're like, I don't want to be friend with this guy. That's why you see a lot of people out there twerking. Some women are talking, hey, bitch, and stuff like that. Like, I don't wanna be around you people. Yeah, you could see the spirit in those people. So that's why. Don't be identify your people by skin color. Read their spirit. The two Gibeonites, both who were young men, was fast in the time of Joshua, when these people deceived him by their craftiness and were doomed to perpetual servitude. I am much struck with the appearance of the singular race of men. They have very dark faces, eagle big noses, flashing black eyes, and slender lithe forms. They look like demons. They are very skinny, slender. Their nose are like eagle beak. Their nose is like a eagle beak, and their eyes is all, they don't have that whiteness. You barely can see the whiteness of their eyes. Their eyes are very dark. Like when they look at you, like, what the hell is that? You got? She said the race of men. You guys, are you men? Right? You guys are a form of men here. Okay, all right. All right, thank you, beloved Christopher. Sincere, tangible blessing to the family. All praises to the Most High. Okay, very dark faces, eagle big noses, flashing black eyes, and slender left forms. Okay, they look cunning. All right, they look cunning and treacherous, but seems to be cowardly and easy controlled by firmness. They are incapable of any attachments, and gratitude seems to be thrown away upon them. So those guys, and that's not the first time they do this, brothers. They keep doing this, brothers. They did the same thing to David too, in the story of the throne of David. Those guys are so good of a liar. They lied to David in the Bible. You don't even know until you read the throne of David, you realize what they did to David. Okay, those guys are very good at that. Some of you may know them. They are narcissists, sociopath. They will lie to you to the point of death. They will keep still. You're cutting those guys' head off. They will keep lying unto you. They have no sense of gratitude. When you do something good for them, they pay you the wrong way. Have you ever met somebody you helped, you did everything for that person, and that person turned out and stab you in the back? It's a curse. It's a curse. Have you ever have a brother or sister? You've been good to that person your whole life. You help that person. That person was homeless. You give that person a place to stay. You feed that person. You help that person. You turn out and stab you in the back and say, "Nigo, you didn't do his for me. You didn't do anything. You didn't do. I never borrow any money from you. You never did anything for me." Those are the people. They still bury that spirit. Some people are straight up like that. They have no gratitude. Yeah. They were incapable of any attachments. They are describing to a narcissist here. They have no attachment. They are incapable of attach. They will betray their own people. They are about themselves. They are incapable of any attachment, love. The only thing those guys know themselves in hatred. Horrible people. Yeah. Okay. Incapable of any attachment, and gratitude seems to be thrown away upon them. I heard a singular tradition about them from one of the Levites who of them. Okay, those were Hamites, okay, brothers. They were Canaanites, Hamites, okay. Not all the Hamites are horrible. Not all the Canaanites are horrible. They got different section of them, all right. Whom visit Rabbi Amos, which is that they are descended from the servants of Noah, okay, which were saved by him in the ark, but who was being of an inferior rank were not included in the record of Noah's family. But doubtless you have heard the same tradition. She said, I heard something from them. I heard something from them from the Levites. It is say those people are from the true. They are not. She said, based on what the Levite told me, they are not even true Canaanites. That's why they call them Gibeonites. They were from a servant, from a group from Noah, a kind of like subhuman species. Noah did according to certain book brothers, Noah didn't have 8 people in the ark with him. In the Bible, they told us 8, but many books, Noah had like Noah had a stadium of people in that ark with him. A lot of people wanted to be saved. Okay, but again, we have to respect what the Bible said. We'll go by that because anything she said, the Levites told him those guys were a group of subhuman, an inferior rank that was serving Noah. Okay, and then Noah brought them in the ark with them, but because they were inferior species, he didn't keep track on them. That's why Noah didn't even keep the name of the animals, because those guys they are not regular looking people. Okay, that's what she said. But she said, whether one tradition is over, those guys are not to be trusted. All right. Okay, brothers. I don't want the people to go out there, stuff like that. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. In many books, brothers, you read, Noah had a bunch of people in there in the ark with them. Not just him and 8 people. He had a bunch of people. They even say, brothers, in the ark, Noah had what you're calling a centauri. He had centauri, mermaids, fairy, all sort of weird things in there with him. And those books, I cannot I read them a long time ago, so I haven't used the discernment because really um I didn't really have the Holy Spirit with me. I read certain book that the Noah had centaurs. The people, their upper body are like human and their lower form are horses or goats. He had all sort of Noah's Ark was literally another dimension. That's what the other books that I'm reading. But anyway, that's another story for something else. Anyway, the money was, they cut that out, brothers. They cut all of that out. They didn't say anything about this, okay? They cut all of that out. That's why you won't know what happened. And then they begin it right here. The morning was bright and cheerful, with the golden sun pouring in the light over temple and tower, castle and roof, wall and rampant hill and grove, valley and brook. And they took this part out. They took this line. One and all of which were lighted up with the glory of his morning beams. They took that out. All right. Don't know why, but they took that out. And then they leave this. As we turned the street leading to the ship gate, we passed the house of Caiphas. Okay, our boy Caiphas. All right. We passed the house of Caiphas, the high priest, whom I saw standing upon the marble porch of his superb palace. Damn! Yo, Caiphas has a mansion, man. Caiphas didn't even have a mansion. He has a palace. You know who live in a palace, man? Caiphas has a palace. Negro, that means Caiphas has his own castle and all that, like Joab. Now, I saw standing upon his marble porch. The porch of Caiphas is made out of marble. That's right. A marble porch. His superb palace. He was not arrayed in his sumptuous robes. Define that word, sumptuous. Sumptuous robe. That means when you see Caiphas, baby, when you see the high priest Caiphas, which is also told you straight up, I am the representation of the Most High on earth. When you see Caiphas, you're like, damn, this guy, I mean, he's a man of the cloth. He is truly the representation of the Most High. He lived like a king. I'm running out of water again. Yeah. Caiphas was like that dude standing over there. He didn't even, when they saw Caiphas, sumptuous, costly, expensive, and splendid, magnificent, and a sumptuous house table, sumptuous apparel, expensive priest clothes, Negro. Those guys literally take the law of Aaron. They put a lot of stuff in there. Those guys, those priests really mess us up, man. Expensive. And then when they saw him, he wasn't in this exquisite look. He was just wearing other stuff. You know, I had seen him, let me see, Caiphas upon. He was not arrayed in his sumptuous robes with the breastplate of dazzling stone and kingly cap. Those guys took the breastplate of Aaron, they made that thing, they embellished it, and then they got that the kingly cap. Okay, this is like a cap, but not anybody can wear the one that he has. He had the kingly cap in there, you know, the cap, a nice golden all sort of jewelry in there. Those guys was all about outside appearance. All right, that's how some scumbag come over there. Big Levi, why are you not wearing white? Why you not wear? You wear fake breastplate. Oh, I follow this brother. He has the real stone. You don't have the real thing, honey. You better put your ass somewhere and stuff. And I'll laugh at those people. Oh man. Oh, Caiphas was bling bling. When you look at Caiphas, you're like, damn, Negro. Not only this, you driving the most sweetest, expensive, and prettiest ass too. I thought you would have ride at least a horse, but damn, an ass. Woo! Caiphas, oh man, Lord, when you look at Caiphas, like, damn, that guy, he truly is the man of the Lord, because they taught our people to look on the outside. And to hell with one of you that keep telling me to wear this and don't wear that, man. Go show the living snake up your. I had seen him in the dazzling temple, but was dressed in a flowing black robe. Caiphas dressed like a flowing black robe and stuff. Over which was thrown a scarf of white linen. So Caiphas wore a giant black robe and a white scarf wrapped around him, and then standing there in the white palace marble, enjoying the people. He's standing there on purpose. Look at me, y'all. Caiphas, look at me, Negroes. That's right. That's what that is. Caiphas. Yeah, that's what that is. Dressed in a flowing black robe, over which was thrown a scarf of white linen, and upon his snowing white locks. So Caiphas has dreadlocks, okay, white dreadlocks. He wore a scarlet hood, a dress common to all the priests. Okay, he wore like some kind of Rastafari hood and a cap and stuff like that. So he had like a Caiphas. He wore a giant black robe which has a white scarf in it, and then he had a hoodie over his head, that a red hood over his head, and he wore like a kingly cap, and then you can see his dreadlocks and happy on the hood, and then standing there watching the people and make sure everybody see me. Like, you guys see these clothes, make sure you look at it because I haven't wore that yet. They just made it. Caiphas standing over there so the people can watch him. Yeah. That's what that is. He wore common to all the priests. So the priests were that's the common clothes, okay? So that if I had not, you see what he did here? So that if I had not recognized him by his tall and commanding form and flowing white hair and piercing eyes as he surveyed us, I should not have known that he was the high priest. So he literally, brothers and sisters, did this on purpose. He dressed like this so he would know this is Caiphas sitting here in this palace surveying. What y'all Negroes are doing in the hood here? What's going on here? You know who live here? That's why Caiphas, Negro. And then he's standing there. He's standing there and then look at them and like, watching you Negroes. You know where you at? This is Caiphas hood here, man. You're in my territory here, man. And she said, even the robe that he wore is very common to the priest, but he wore it in certain way with his talk. He made it like, yo, this is no mistake. This is Caiphas right there. This is not a regular priest. This is Caiphas. You know what? When people wear chain, they put the chain outside so you can see the chain. They put the things outside, the stuff, they come up in front. When women do their nails and then they're talking to you, they're like, oh, stuff, they all up in your face showing that, okay, well, you got your nails done. Oh my God, thank you. I don't think people would have noticed. He did this on purpose. Standing over there, and then he's watching them. They are going towards John the Baptist. They're passing by, and then Caiphas is watching them and stuff like, what's up with y'all? Negro, you see my clothes here? Look at that palace I have here, and a lot of professional baker hiding in the back. What's up with you? Yeah. So those guys were horrible, okay? Yeah, Caiphas was horrible. That's why he could not lose this thing to John the Baptist. He was enjoying the blessing, damn it. So he spoke to Rabbi Amos, okay? That again, you really see. Okay, all right, watch this. He spoke. They took that out. Okay, they took that. He spoke to Rabbi Amos. And then they took his snow white locks. I think they took that out. I'm not quite sure, but they took this part out. He spoke to Rabbi Amos, who did him reverence, and lowly did I bend my own head before the majesty of the representation of God on earth. They took that out. He saw them pass. They saw him. They waved him. He literally go over there and speak to them and make sure that they saw him. Make sure that, you speak with... Be grateful, man. This morning, you speak with the representation of God here. Caiphas came in over there and said, he speak to Rabbi Amos. So Amos the man is a high priest. You have to show respect to the high priest. And Rabbi Amos said, good morning, high priest Caiphas. And then she look at him. She doesn't like Caiphas at all. She barely bowed her head. She like, yeah, what's up with you? And then Caiphas like, Caiphas standing there watching, Caiphas, nigga, what's up with you, nigga? Okay. A little further on, he met a party coming from the country beyond Kedron, with large cages upon their mules laden with turtle doves and young pigeons, which they were carrying to the temple. to be sold there for sacrifices. My heart pitied the innocent things whose blue pretty heads were thrust by the dozen through the wolf bow of the prison houses as they cast their soft eyes upon me. Up at me, as if it asking me to deliver them from the bondage. And this is what they called out. Oops, give me a second. This book is very old, 165 years old. So this is what they caught out, brothers. They caught this part. They caught, and when I reflect that they were to offer up their innocent lives for the sins of the men and women of Israel, my cheek burned with the blush of shame that we were so guilty before the Lord God that innocent must die for us. And they took that out for a reason. Now, this is what happened. They cut a bunch of those things out. When they were going to see John the Baptist in the wilderness, they passed, they saw Caiphas. He flaunted himself, he flossed on them. Caiphas, like, capping on them and all that. He saw that, he makes sure, he talked to them, so he would say, yeah, whatever. So Caiphas, so they wouldn't know that he's there. And then they were moving towards the place in the wilderness. So now, during the place of the wilderness, they met an old man, an old blind man. He had a lamb, a little lamb with him, and a little turtle dove in his chest. But the lamb, he is blind. The lamb is leading him to John the Baptist. So doing this thing, she saw a group of people that is coming from the wilderness. She saw a group that coming from the wilderness, and they were going to the temple. This group, they from beyond a country named Kedron. So those group, they had a bunch of cages with them. And then upon those cages, she saw all sort of animal they are bringing to the temple for sacrifices. And doing those sacrifices, she saw a dove. And the little dove was looking at her as if the dove, again, she doesn't know what's going on, brothers, okay? Now we understand when we saw certain animals, we can actually feel their pain. We can actually know that these animals communicate to me. She said, this bird look at me as if he wants me, as he or she or it wants me to deliver him. She wants me to open the door and then let it flew. It was a little turtle dove. And she said, I feel so sad about seeing those animals in that cages about to die for the sin of men and women. She said, I feel really sad. And upon that, brothers, they met an old man, an old blind man. Okay? And while they met the old blind man, the cages that were upon the mule were the hawks in the mule, the asses were walking, and the cage was shaking. And one of I believe the oxen put their feet into a hole. Oh, can you guys still hear me? Let me see. Yeah, I can still hear myself, but I hate this thing. Usually when I hit that thing, you can't hear anything. So when when the animal is walking, and then one of the ox make a misstep, and then the cage shake, and then the fins open a little, and then the dove put their head out, and then the dove fly. The dove flew out of the cage, and then it flew on the sky, circling the sky, and then it flew over the temple. And she watched, and then she said, and she was praying for an escape of the bird, and the bird flew away. And she watched the dove flew away, and she was so happy that the dove escaped. She like, oh, all praises to the Most High. This little bird escaped. This little dove escaped. All right. She was so happy that the dove flew away. So now when she was walking, she met this blind man with a little lamb, a little turtle dove in his hand. So Rabbi Amos know this blind man, okay? And then this is what they took out, brothers. I'm gonna tell you why they took the conversation. What it is. Now we learn. We meet the Gibeonites. Now we learn the importance of your vows, and then here's more things to back that up. So you want effed up when you take a vow. Oh, Moses, I'm going to fast for you, and then you ended up mess up the fast. Yeah, man. You shouldn't take that vow. And Rabbi, just before we reached the sheep gate by which we were to gain the Jericho wood, we met a poor blind man leading by a limb, or rather, being led by a tame limb. He also had 2 pigeons in his bosom. He was asked by Rabbi Amos, who knew him, whether he was going. He answered that he was going to the temple to sacrifice them. So back then, now blind folks, they have dog. They have so-called German Shepherd. They have so-called certain dogs that they train to guide them because they are blind. Now, but back then, brothers, they had limb, a tame limb. That means a trained limb. Okay, mutton is the meat. A sheep. Okay, they will train a sheep to the sheep know that the owner is blind. All right, back then, today you see a seeing eye dog, that's a seeing eye lamb. Okay, so he had this seeing eye lamb ever since he could even remember, and he had 2 little doves. And then Rabbi Amos saw him walking past by him. Amos was going to the wilderness, he was going to the temple. So the rabbi said, he know him, he said, brother, how you doing? Peace be with you. Where are you going? He said, I am going, brother Amos, to the temple to sacrifice those animals. And Rabbi Amos said, no, man, you're not going to do this. You need the lamb to guide you. That's the only way you see. I've been knowing you and this lamb forever. Why would you want to sacrifice this to the Most High? How are you going to get around? He said, I took a vow. My priest. They took that out. When Rabbi said, nay, say Amos with surprise. Amos was surprised, said, no, man. What? I know you in that little goat, that little sheep, man. It's like, man, you're not gonna do that. He said, nay, said Amos with surprise. Thou will not sacrifice that lamb, Bartimaeus. His name was Bartimaeus. So they know each other. Bartimaeus. Yeah, but I mean, vows are very serious. That's why I laugh at people taking vows during marriage. It's one thing you should never do. If you're going to take a vow to your wife and stop taking it in private. Did you know while you're taking that vow publicly, there are certain people that pray upon it and say, that marriage won't last. Vows are very serious, man. Take your vow unto the Most High, man. Be very serious, brothers, okay? All right? Bartimaeus. And Bartimaeus, they took that part out, brothers, okay? They took that part out. This is the part they took out. I have promised them to God, Rabbi Amos, and I may not break my promise without sin. Now, you got this all men, beloved brothers and sisters. Bartimaeus. This all men. He had one seeing eye limb. There's a reason he had that limb. He offered his limb unto the Most High. He took a vow. And then Amos said, you can't do this, man. Yeah, that's the dude they're talking about in the scripture, but we will read it. The people will search it. Bartimaeus said, I took a vow, Rabbi Amos, unto the Most High God. I told that I'm going to sacrifice this unto the Most High God. I cannot go back on my word, or else I would have sinned. They took that out. You never know. You see how crafty those people are? Because they want you to break your vow with the Most High. Now you understand why YAHAWAH clean his eyes off, because he keep his vow. He did keep his vow, brothers. This is very important. He was born blind. And this is what he said. They want you to break your promise to God and stuff like that. But this is, I'm gonna tell you the part they took out. But thy lamb leadeth thee everywhere. It is eyes to thee. Thou cannot thou do without it. So Amos said, what are you talking about, Bartimaeus, man? This lamb is literally your eyes. You can do anything with this lamb. You can go anywhere. But if you go to the temple, you sacrifice this lamb unto the Most High, how are you going to get back? And then Amos, they took, this is what he's going to say, Barabbas, okay? They took that out, okay? They took that out. They took, say, but blind Barabbas told Amos, God will provide me another lamb. He answered with his face beaming with hope. So he had hope. The man is blind. He said, if you give this little sheep that they are seeing eye sheep, how the hell are you going to get back, man? This, I know you all this. He said, God will provide me with another lamb. I have hope in this, that the Most High will not let me go like this. This is what it takes, brothers. Full-on obedience to the Most High. I'll be the first to come back and say, oh, hell no, that's my only seeing eye lamb. I ain't going to give hesh to the Most High. I'll kill another lamb and then bring it to the Most High. Obedience. You made the vow. You took the vow. Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. And they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Abraham took the faith. He took the vow. And he didn't even say yes with his mouth. The Most High read his heart. He accepted in his heart. Don't be making vow, man. Don't be making vow to the Most High and then you go back on your words. That's one problem I have with certain people, man. They like to go back on their word. Well, I know I say this, but whatever. Oh, this is New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Yeah, whatever, Big Levi. But anyway, so they took that out. They took, God will provide me another lamb. He answered, his face beaming with hope. They took that out. And they left. But thy doors, thou innest by them mean a might in a day. They are so well taught and cunning and pleasing tricks to please children. So Bartimaeus had two little doves. He trained them to do tricks for children. That's how he make his little money. That's how he live. Okay, those were like some kind of super smart dove. He trained them. But he was going to give the lamb that he trained for years and the doves that he trained. He said, but those dove, Bartimaeus, man, those are the doves that you train. They do tricks for kids. They make people laugh. You make little money and stuff. And then Bartimaeus said, they took that out, brothers. They took what he said out. The next day said they took that out. If thou must sacrifice according to thy vow, spare this needful to thee, and he his money to buy dove and another lamb and some my beloved or uncle. They took that out. I must say, but Bartimaeus, you have those two little doves that you train to fly and do little tricks for children. You really love it. He said, man, here you go, man. Here's some money. Buy. You can sacrifice the lamb, but those doves, don't do this. Here's a little money. Buy a new dove. Amos literally give Bartimaeus money to buy a new dove, okay? He said, here's money to buy doves and a new lamb. He said, don't sacrifice them. Here's money buy doves and a new lamb, man. Those things you've been training them for. I really like when you are doing those stuff. My kids like the people like it. Here's money, get a new lamb and a new dove, sacrifice them. Keep those one that you have. Hear what I have to say. This is Barabbas said. He said, listen to me. Listen. He said, hear what I have to say. Barabbas answered, my father became sick and was likely to die. And then they took the rest, the part that we're going to read now, they took that out. And I vowed a vow to YAHAWAH that if he would heal the old man, my father, I would sacrifice unto him one of my doves. They took that out. They took that out so you will not vow a vow unto the Most High. They took that out. The next day, my mother, who was nourished my childhood and loved me, though I was born blind, with all her heart, was also taken sick. I then vowed my other pigeon. So he said, my father, my own blood biological father, fell ill. So I took a vow to the Most High God. I say, Father, if you heal my beloved father, I will sacrifice this dove for you. And the next day, her mother that gave him birth, he was born blind, and nourished him. And he said, if you kill my mother, I will sacrifice the other dove. It's two dove. I will sacrifice the other dove unto you. Okay. The same night, okay, they took that out, brothers. They took I didn't vow another pigeon. They took that out. They make it. Oh, man, it's all mess. They took that out. The same night, my little daughter, my little blind daughter, whose face I never saw and who never saw her father's face, was sick nigh unto death. And then they took that part out. Then it was that I vow all that remained to me, even the lamb of my bosom, whom I love next to my child, my father, my mother, my child, I'll restore in my joy. I'm on my way to the temple to offer this gift to God to him. He said, in the same night, her daughter that was born also blind, she never saw the father's face, and the father never saw the daughter's face. And she fell healed too. And he said, this is when I make another vow. I offer the limb, which is like a child to me. But I know if the Most High healed them, I will sacrifice. The next morning when I woke up, my mom, my dad, my daughter, everybody in my house were healed. They were walking around, jumping. I am in joy. I don't care about those animals. I did vow this. So, Rabbi Amos, I cannot take that money to buy another lamb and another dove to sacrifice them, because I vowed those that I had with me. Those what you see with me, those are the ones that I'm going to sacrifice. This is very serious, brothers. When you promise something to the Most High, you say, Father, I will do this on your honor. I will fast on your honor. I will save this money on your honor. I will do this in your honor. I will losing weight on your honor. I will marry on your honor. I will do what's right in your eyes with the wife in the bedroom in your honor. And you ended up messing everything. This is very serious, man. This is very, very serious. So the Most High healed him. The Most High healed his father, his mother, and his daughter. And then he was so happy. The lamb that he had with him with years, the pigeon that he had him with years, those are the one that he promised to sacrifice. It will be hard. They took that out, brothers. They took that out. They took this part out. That part we are going to read here. It says, it will be hard, sir, to part with them. You know what they say? They put in the book, if you read the other book, they say it will not be hard. When Barabbas tell you it will be a hard things to do, in the book they took that out. They said it will be. They say it will not be hard. He said, in the other book, they say, it will not be hard, sir, to part with them. In this book, the original version, it says, it will be hard, sir, to part with them. I shall miss them so much, but I shall not perform my vow. It will be hard, but God will not let the blind bottomless suffer, since he will see that the offered and offering is two little doves and lamb that he have. You see what Barabbas say here? He said, this will be the hardest thing for me to do. And then they said, they make the opposite. They say, it will not be hard. Those are animals, and so I'm just going to sacrifice them. Barabbas say, this will be the hardest thing for me to do. But I know the great God, YAHAWAH, will never let the blind Bartimaeus like this. He will do something for me. If he see that I've sacrificed them because I promised them with all my heart, he will have respect on the sacrifice. That is why it's said, uncover your heart. Don't give unto the Most High. We're like, damn it, man. I don't know. I don't trust this. I don't trust that. Do it with all your heart. Uncover your heart. The Most High can see. He said, the Most High know the Most High will never let me suffer like this. I believe in him. They took that out, okay, and then they left the next part we're going to read. They left that, okay. Thank you, Sister D. All right, they left this one, okay. With these words, he moved on, the lamb obeying him, the string which he held softly moving on before, while I could see the sightless eyes of the righteous son and father and Trinkle's tears, okay, as he kissed again the dove that lay in his bosom. So he was crying, all right. He had tears fall out of his eyes, and then he was kissing the dove. He was kissing the dove, and he was crying because he had to sacrifice them. That what he promised. That's what Abraham promised unto God. You should never put and say a vow. That's why Abraham was willing to kill Isaac, because he accepted. Be very careful. Oh, be extremely careful when you take your vow. That's not the first time we met this, brothers. Remember the father that took the vow on the behalf of the daughter. Yeah. The little occurrence made me sad, yet I honor the resolute piety of these poor men, whose eyes, though they saw not men, seems to see God and feel his presence. She said, the whole thing made me sad, but I have respect unto this old man. His eyes never seen men, but his eyes seems to see the Most High God himself. Walk not by sight, but by faith. This man was a blind man. He was born blind. Technically, he never knew men. F men, their heart are corrupt. This is the lesson here, brothers. Bottom say F men. I don't need to see them. I need to see my father. To hell with men. To hell. If anything, I'm blind because of men. To hell with them. I don't need to see them. I need to see the Most High. That's what she said. She said, although this man was born blind, he never see men, but his eyes seems to see the Most High. That's what that is. Excuse me. There are still humble piety in the land, my dear father. And finding it not among the proud and splendid priests, we must look for in the hearts of the poor and humble like Bartimaeus. I know why my nose is itchy. Usually when my nose is itchy like this, I'm going to get a cold. She said, Father, there's still piety on this land. And we must not look it in the splendid, richly priest, but we should see it in the humble heart of the poor like Bartimaeus. You see, when our people are in a situation, and I was gonna curse, but I was gonna curse, but I freaking hate this. You see, when our people are in our situation, our brethren don't look upon the poor, they look upon the basketball players. They look upon the music entertainment. LeBron just says something. Jay-Z's, Kamala Harris just says something. They don't have the same heart that the poor men have. Those people are living large. They are living, they don't care. Our people, brothers, they will look upon the pastors, the priests. They will look upon the camp leaders. They will look upon those people that are high up, because they are high up. The people at the bottom, they will never understand their pain. That is why YAHAWAH was sent unto the poor, the needy, the captive. Our people, the one that was truly suffering under the curse. He was sent unto them. That's why when he saw them, brothers, when he saw Bartimaeus, he saw all the sick people that you're going to encounter in the next few minutes. He cried, just like Martin Luther King. When he saw the situation that when Martin Luther King, I know a lot of people have problem with the brother, his name being slander. I told you this. When Martin Luther King went to the city and he saw the situation that his brethren, his sister was living, he cried and he lifted up his eyes upon the sky. He took a vow, say, I will give my life to see my brethren have something better. I will never rest until I see my beloved brothers and sisters live a better life. And he died doing that. You may not like the men, but he kept his word. And then they took everything that he did, they pasted, put it somewhere, and then give it they give it to you and say he was a sellout, he was in the Freemasonry. They put his picture places and stuff, and then they make this man look like a demon. The Most High know his heart. Whatever that he did, he didn't do them in a way that he purposely led his people to a burning building. He was doing the best that he could do to his children, that's to his brethren. That's what YAHAWAH did. When he looked upon the people, he saw the poor, he saw the situation that they had, he cried. He said, I will give my life for them to have a better one. We don't look upon those guys. We disrespect Martin Luther King. We call him a coward, a sellout, because the enemy told you he's a coward and sellout. We call it names. We say he fell us because we do not look upon the Messiah to save us. We look upon men. We look upon Martin Luther King, the Black Panther. Anybody that fell us, we call them a coward because we are looking upon them, not to the Messiah. And those men were mere men. They were doing their part. What about you? What you doing for the people? You are blaming this man for the failure of the whole black race. You are blaming this man for the failure of the whole civil rights movement. Is that what that is? Understand, if you want that man fit, if you are in his position, you know every single day, today might be the day I'm going to die. I know, like, the whole place. Also, you mean to tell me the establishment love Martin Luther King like this, and then read the Act of State, they let him leave? Jesse Jackson is still alive. Al Sharpton is still alive. All those brethren out there are still alive. Yet you never call those things out, and then you keep poking the brother in his grave. You don't know what that guy did. Told them straight off, get the hell off our land. This land is ours. We are not African. We not come from you. We are enslaved in our own land. You won't butt that out, but you will butt that. Oh, he said that I led my people in a burning building. Whatever, man. So now, beloved brothers and sisters, this part right here, we got 4 more pages. Oh, no, not 3 more pages to go. Now, be ready. This is gonna be a rough part. Okay, this is gonna be so far in this book the most the most messed up part, brothers, in this book. They took that out. Okay, they took this part out. They took all of it out. They took that part out, and then they took that out. They took this entire page out. You'll know why. They took this entire page out. You'll know why. They took this part out. They took some line out, and then they ended it up with this right there. They barely ended it up right here. They took all of those. If we were reading from the new book, we would have done right here. All those things that we read about Barabbas, they took all of them out. All right? Now, that's the last part. Upon reaching the wait, hang on. It's already 1:51. Baby, sweetie, babe, you all right? Sweetie, you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, I got the rest of this thing right here if you want it. Where's that boy Jaden? I'm out of water.
Laying down.
Where's Yaya?
She's asleep
Really already? Where's my mom?
in her room.
All right. Everybody's in the room. I need a little of this. Anytime you want it. Beloved, is already 151. Is everybody all right? Should we continue or should we keep on trucking, brothers? Should we keep on trucking? I'm running out of water. The wife gonna give me some water. Should we keep on trucking, beloved? We have 3 pages. This is one of the most important part. Everything is important, brothers. You must know and understand why the Most High do those things. Should we keep on trucking, brothers? Mm-hmm. That today is not the weekend. I don't have a, I don't have a, stuff like that. Okay, it's 4:30 a.m. somewhere. Wow, I'm not quite sure where that place is. All right, it is the people are spoken. All right, let us keep on moving, brothers. Let us keep on moving. Okay. Now, beloved, this is the part. Well, not we're getting to that part. Okay. Upon reaching the ship gate, we were not detained by the woman captain, who kept others examining their passports. Okay, we were in our own lane. You need passport under the woman, aka you need ID, a driver license. Does that mean, brothers and sisters, that those people that had the passport, did they sold out their children because they have a freaking driver license? Does that mean because of the thing they had like a birth certificate, they sold themselves to Satan? Is that what that is? No, man. That's not what that means, man. They were under the authority of the woman. They were, and they disobeyed the Messiah. The Messiah put somebody upon your head. Okay, be proud. Come with that all those proud thing and say this and that. Oh, they had a passport. Man, they sold themselves to the devil. That's not what that means, man. Come on, man. We have to leave those little tribal stuff out there. Okay. So now the woman, the guards that was at the gate, they didn't even ask them for the passport. Brothers, understand why this happened, brothers. Understand why the Mosai, when they get to the gate, they didn't even ask them for anything. They just, the moment they saw them coming, and then they let them pass. They had VIP pass. Understand this. All right. When you're serving the Mosai, certain things will happen. I told you what happened with me and my mother. There were 2 people in front of us for the blood test. And then the woman just opened the door and called us off. He said, get in. And the guy said, don't say anything. Those people were there before you. And then me and my mother went. We passed those 2 people. Each of them were waiting an hour. And then we did the blood test. And then I came back and I made the prayer because the Most High had a message for me. He wanted me, thank you, sweetie. He wanted me to pass the message. That's why he did what he did. He sacrificed 2 people, 2 hours he took them from their time. He added to mine. You don't question the Most High when he does things like that. Okay. All right. We kept others examining their passport and taking gate money. So they were charging them to pass a toll booth to their own lane. They have to get passport and they have to pay on their own lane. Okay. Pay gate money. Let me see. Gate money from those who were without them. For though foot passengers may pass in and out free, yet from those who ride horses or mules is exact money unless they have passes signed by the procurator. Okay, the people that have mule, the people that are on foot can go free, but if you have a mule, a horse or an ass, you're gonna have to pay, except if you get a pass from Pontius Pilate himself. But the captain of the gate no sooner saw us than he, with great civility, made us pass through the gate in advance of others who were ready to go through. The moment the captain saw them, there were a bunch of people in front of them that was waiting for the passport to check. He pushed them aside, saying, step aside. Hey, come, go. I said, well, do you guys go. He made them pass. This is all of the Mosai. You see, when the Mosai have you doing something for him, nothing can stop you. The enemy will bow on. Brothers, it's just in my mind blow. I'm like, this guy is a priesthood of my hand. Why did he bow unto us? Why did he help us in that way? He shouldn't. But the Most High can do this. The woman saw them. They were on donkey Remember, there was like 5 of them. He said, step aside. Everybody step aside. Let them go ahead, pass. Go, go, go. And the people were confused. They're like, well, we were in the back. They said, come, come, go, go. And all the scumbag that were on the floor, oh, what's going on here? Why they go before me? Why they go? Anytime you see things like that happen, brothers, you don't say anything. You keep your mouth shut. You let it pass. Don't go arguing and say, oh, well, I was there first. This person. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who this person is. Just let it go. Saying that the young centurion, whose name I think I have not told us, is Aemilius. Okay, in the Bible, you know this guy is as Cornelius, but here they call him Aemilius. I'm guessing. I haven't finished reading the whole book, just hydrating the Holy Temple here. So he was already received order from Aemilius, the young centurion. He said, the moment you see these people coming, this is how they look. They're going to have 2 Gibeonite slaves, 1 beautiful girl, 2 beautiful women, and Rabbi Amos. Do not check their passport. Do not make them wait. The moment they come, have them coming all the way in the front and have them go through pronto. Got it? Yes, sir. Certain things I was going to do for the Mosiah, I said, this is going to take me at least 15 years. It didn't take me 3 months. It didn't take me 3 months. A device was trying to get this device. The minimum I could find it for $10,000. Well, not even 10,000, like 50, 100,000. We literally got that device for free. Literally. Because we are doing the work of the Mosiah and still in progress. Once everything done, we will tell the nation the whole story. We'll see how great the Mosiah is. That's why I'm definitely afraid of the Mosiah. Because I knew those things were impossible, yet I keep getting them. I'm like, well, that's the only way, is the Mosiah. So, Aemilius, had given him orders not to detain us. That's like you going to the airport and then you're in line and about to miss your plane and a group of people just pass right in front of you. They didn't even go to the check-in place. Yeah, hey, what the hell? You guys didn't even look. Oh, come on, man. What's that? Don't say hish. Give the Messiah praises and glory. Stay out of the way. You don't know what the Messiah is doing with those people. The stern iron-cased Roman soldiers that stood about the gate struck me as having just the aspect or form of men who would conquer the world. So it's not like they didn't put a lightweight in the gate. This dude is massive, he's big, he dressed intimidated. When you look at this man, he has the aspect of people that can rule the world. Yet he bowed down unto the children of the Lord. He said, go. I receive orders from higher up. I cannot detain you guys. I cannot search you guys. When I reflect that there was not a city on the earth of whose gate did not stand just as such a man as these, armed and clad and bearded like them, I could not but respect the universal power of the Roman Empire while I fear it. She had respect unto that. She said, those guys, they look very intimidating. They took that out, brothers, okay? They took all of that out of the book, okay? They took all this thing out. This is what they left. Once outside of the gates, the air blew fresh from the hills of olives, and then they took this part out, laden with fragrance. Why? Because in the desert, you cannot smell that fragrance, okay? Laden with the hills of olives. We're on a freaking desert. Why you got hills of olives there? After being so long confined within the walls of narrow streets, it seems to me that I had just broken out my cage like the pretty blue-headed turtle dove, and I felt like winging my way to the free desert. So they passed through the city, and then she got there. She finally, brothers, she got there. She said, wow, I feel like that little dove that I saw in the cage that flew, and then I feel like I flew my wing because our people really don't like to stay in the city with a bunch of scumbag, shoulder to shoulder, wobbling on you, slowly but surely touching your purse, poking your wallet, begging you for money. Our people don't like that. And this is where it gets interesting. They took this entire part out. They took this entire page out. They took that entire page out. They took this out. They took some line out. They changed the word gates to door. They changed a lot of things. And then it's ended right here. You'll know why. Now, they removed this because certain things was performing there. Just like they removed the book of Tobit. They removed this because if you read it, you will understand, wait a minute, the Most High put things over there for us. We can use those things. They can't, but we can. That's why they removed this part. This is why. If wings of dove so ardently long for by King David could only give been King David could only have been given me. On our right, she said, okay? On our right, not far from the gate, Rabbi Amos point out to me the pool of Bathsheba or Bathsheba. Woo! She is one of our favorite here from the throne of David, for those of you who don't know. We read pretty much the story of Bathsheba every Thursday here. The King David is one of our favorite here. King David taught us a lot of things. He taught us how to pray right, pray his way. To hell right, brothers. Amos always pointing things out. Amos say, you see that pool over there? Man, it's I could never figure out the Most High. The Most High always has something. When the Most High did something, beloved brothers, he always did it for a reason. Remember in the book of Throne of David, Bathsheba has bassinet. They didn't even call them pool in the book. In the word, they called them bathtub, but they were pool, okay? They were a beautiful pool. She was taking a beautiful shower, and King David saw her and used his third leg like a pogo stick and jump over there and go get her, and then did do her what he would have normally do with his wife. So, yeah, King David taught us a lot of stuff. So to our right, they saw the pool of Bathsheba. Now, when she looked to the right, she saw the pool, and then Amos said, this is the pool of Bathsheba. And turning my eyes towards it, I beheld a most touching spectacle. Yeah, it's Bathsheba, it's the same. They took all of that out. Bathsheba, I like to call it Bathsheba because that's like that's like the name, but Beth of Betty or Bath or Body. The most spectacle. She saw great things by the pool. All the 5 porches were filled with sick and imported folk, the lame, halt, blind, and wretched, waiting, as my uncle told us, for the moving of the waters. For a certain season, he said, that God sends an angel down in the pool to trouble the waters. When whosoever step in it first is made woe for whatever disease he may have. All praises to the Most High. When she looked on the right, she saw the pool of Bathsheba, but she also saw something else. She saw a stadium like full with people under the pool. It was a giant pool. Well, not really a giant pool, but it was like a giant place, the palace where Bathsheba was living. And the people that she saw are the lame, the sick, the blind, the crippled, the handicapped, all of those bad, sick ass mofos, a bunch of dudes, a bunch of people over there. Men, women, and children. And then they are waiting by the pool. And she said, why they are waiting there? What's going on here? Emma say, once in a while, once every season, for instance, once every fall, that the Most High sent an angel to trouble the water, which means to hit the water, to make the water move. Not trouble as if like to kill the water or make the water bad, but to make the water bubble, to make the water bubble. So when he did this, whoever get inside the pool and bathe in this water, whatever sickness you had, it will go away. If you are blind, you will see. If you didn't have legs, whatever it is, you will be cured. She said, really? Say, yeah. And then it seems it's about this season. They are just waiting every day. At any moment, it can happen. It's like a fountain of youth thing. Okay, to stir up the water. Okay, troubles, to stir up the water. Not trouble it like not to leave it in peace. All right. I could not but stop my mule to regard the remarkable sight of this congregation of miserable people. She had to stop her mule and look and says, this is remarkable. Those people were the worst. They were all broken. All kind of sick people are there. All kind of, they are waiting by the pool. And she stopped her mule and she's looking at them. Of whom there must have been no less than 400. All praises to the Most High. We'll say there were 400 people there by this little pool, by this pool, waiting until the water be troubled. Some leaning pale and haggard against the columns, some creeping about in the helpless like brutes trying to get nigher the pool, some with the stronger thrust them back, some reclining patiently upon their beds and humble waiting for God times, and others being borne hither of the shoulders of men. Suddenly, as I was to ride on and shout out the plain sight of the most extraordinary scene that human eyes could witness that took place. When she looked, she saw some of them were so sick, they're leaning on the column of the pool. Some of them on their deathbed, they're like, is that his trouble yet? No, crap. Some of them are creeping, crawling on the floor, trying to get in. Some that are stronger push the one that are weaker back, say, back off, Negro. I was there first. That's right. And a lot of people there, they are sick, they are waiting. And she said, the next thing I saw, that's like the most extraordinary thing I ever seen in my life. The surface of the pool, which was hitherto perfectly placid, all at once become agitated as if it were boiling, and began to swell, rush, or rather swing from side to side in a remarkable manner. All of a sudden, the pool that was in the water, it's like seeing somebody briskly, abruptly turn on the jacuzzi, and then the water start boiling. And then the water was moving side to side. The moment the people saw this, virgin, sick, lame, handicapped, buck-tooth, scumbag monsters, there was a giant, loud noise of joy. Everybody, get out of my way! People pushing people, some dude, the strong guys that were there, they were sick, but they are strong. It's just like, you know, 400 of them were tutored. Get the hell out of my way! People trample, fighting, going over. One dude take a trash lead can and hit another dude with all his strength. That guy was almost on the brink of death. He killed the dude so he can get in the pool. People are pushing left. People are pushing right. Till now, brothers, nobody can get in the pool. They could really, actually, they are fighting to get in the pool. And she's like, my God. People are pushing, fighting. They want to get in the pool, brothers. And then at the end, a scumbag pull up a knife and he start cutting his way in. Out of my way. Get the hell away. Get out of my way. That guy start cutting his way through like he's cutting through a jungle, brothers. That guy pull off a machete. Get out of my way. You scumbag bucktooth. I'm sicker than you. You're about to die anyway. You kill people. That guy thrusting people, man. He start killing people, man. People, you know the whole thing that you see on Black Friday? Remember back in 2007 or 2005, one guy died. He was trying to buy the new PS2. They trampled him. People are trampling over people, jumping in the pool, yelling. There was a little old man, like, please don't. They just step over the old man. They run and jump into the pool, fighting blood. Another guy took another. He was already in the pool. A guy jumped, and then he turned the guy back with a single punch. He turned him back. The guy fight in the pool, and then she's like, what the hell is this? Everybody's out there on. People are taking shower in the pool and all that fight. Okay, let me read it for you. No sooner was this seen than there arose from the throng of wretched invalids who crowded the step a crowd of 400 voices all at once. Shrieks of joy, shouts of wonders, words of amazed exclamation, while a simultaneously movement took place at the whole mass of human bodies, which became as widely tossed to and fro as were the waters. People were fighting, man. And then guess what she said? Those nearest plunged madly in. The people that was close, they jumped right there, madly in. While those behind rushed down, some wildly shrieking in their agonizing haste, and some uttered the most fearful curse. Get the out of my way, I'm here first. People are cursing, people are fighting. She said the most fearful curses as they found their way obstruct. there are people in front of them when the people try to get it, some scumbags standing in front of them. And you get the fuck out of my way, man. And that guy, there's a dude that came in and he was all the way in the back. He could not get it. He said, oh, hell no. It's a standing water, man. The water wasn't going to go nowhere. That's oh hell no. That nigga's gonna get. He pull off a sword. He start cutting people in, man. That guy literally cut his way into the pool. Fearful curse as they found their way obstructed by the impenetrable masses before them. The most weak and impotent being most eager, and their fathers off made superhuman exertion to gain the pool. You got guys that in the back jump all the way in the back and hit their head in the ceiling and fell. You got people running to walls. People are pushing people. Some dude climb on top of people, just running on top of them and jump in the pool. And those guys were sick. Made superhuman exertions to gain the pool, howling and climbing with hands and feet over the backs of others. Those guys were climbing upon people, putting their feet. Some dude was standing and trying to, some guy put his feet in his mouth, and then they're climbing. They get the hell out of my way. They get out of my way. I'll kill all of you. Get out of my way. F y'all. Get out. They were rushing. Carrying Jew to be hurled to the ground. They grabbed the one dude got on top. He got on top. He tried to rub it, and some guy grabbed him and ripped him. That guy ripped him and then hit him in the ground, and then the whole masses just trampled him to death. Backs to be hurled to the ground and trampled upon by others who were behind them. Some strong men who tried to open the way for one they were carrying drew their knives. You got a bunch of guys that had knives in them. I have no doubt they were Barabbas. Those are the scumbags that were Barabbas. Those guys drew their knives and proceed to cut their way through the haggard and mouthing wretched who quoted the way, which violence being seen by the women from the gate, they went down. Those guys were killing people, man. They were like, those guys were stronger, but they had knives and sword. They start killing people. So now the whole thing, brothers, the whole hubbub, the whole place, and the whole brawl, the whole melee. So the woman's on the top of the gate, and they look down. They see those dudes are like cutting people, like, get the hell out of my way. One old man, one old dude came in with a cane. And some dude say, what you gonna do with this kid? Old man, you going to hit me? The old man say, no, I'm going to stab you and pull a sword out of that. And then they start cutting people, cutting. And the woman saw that, and then they run so they can disperse and calm the violence. The women from the gate, they went down, some score of them with drawn sword to quell the tumult. For the whole pool was in uproar, unable to endure the dreadful scene. We rode rapidly on, but afterwards heard that before quiet was restored, several men were slain, and 5 of those who had got into the pool were drowned beneath the feet of those who recklessly leaped into it, over the heaps of others upon them. So, Reggie, it's not something we need to laugh, but brothers, you just see this thing, man. That's how the Most High did this to them, brothers. Oh, they remove all this story. Don't bother read it in the new book. You will find it in the PDF and all that. They remove all of that. There's a reason. Now, brethren, the woman's came in with their sword drawn, and then they put a stop to this. And Amos and Adina was there. They flee. They had to flee, brothers. They had to flee because this thing getting out of hand. She's like, man, I shouldn't stop there. But the Most High made him stop. The Most High said, see, this is what I did. This is what I did. After all that, 5 men that were in the pool drowned. How did they drown? It's not like they didn't know how to swim. The people that came in, the melee that came in, stepped on them. They could not resurface. They just trampled them to death in the pool. They trampled them to death. A lot of people got killed by knives, sword. Some people got hit in the head. They die. They find some trash laid over there with blood in it. A lot of scumbag stuff happened. A lot of people die, brothers. Officially, that's like the first Black Friday ever recorded. that's like officially the first Black Friday. Is it possible, I asked Rabbi Amos, after we had reached the borders of Kedron, that it is the act of an angel that can produce all this confusion and outbreak and the worst human compassion? So she could not believe her eyes. She said, Rabbi Amos, is this possible? This is the work of an angel. Did the angel did this that bring so much, brothers? You can see this, brothers, okay? The angels can literally do that, brothers. When you see those white lives matters versus the I don't know, the Nazis, fascists, or anti-fascists, whatever, it's the angel in the midst, brothers. That's what happened. There is no doubt that the troubling of the waters is a miracle. He answered, the act of the angel is good. Anybody know who the angels that trouble the water? Anybody can tell us the name of that angel? For those of you, he's a great, remember there were sick people there. They were all sick, okay? Listen to what the rabbi said. Put the angels that you think that did this. There is no doubt that the troubling of the waters is of a miracle. Okay. He's the rabbi say the act of the angel is good. His touching gives a healing power. Okay. The touching of the angels give a healing power. So you know what that angel is. That's not the first time the Messiah sent this angel to heal us, okay? All right. The rabbis say his touch gives a healing power that cures diseases, all right? That cure diseases, and shall his benevolence be answerable for these dreadful and disgusting consequences we have just witnessed? That was Raphael, okay? That was the archangel Raphael, the Messiah sent. Okay, Raphael, the great doctor, the great healer. That's how his name is. It was Raphael that came in that troubled the water. Okay, it was Raphael. They didn't say it here, but by the Spirit, we know it was Raphael. All right, Raphael is my favorite angel because that was the first angel that communicate with me and then show me that there'll be no Jacob's trouble. And then then we saw Gabriel, and then everybody here is quite familiar with Michael. It's Michael is like our favorite angel here, man. We see Michael pretty much every day. Even till now, people are typing Michael. We see Michael every single day, man. You met Michael, so that was Raphael. All right. So the rabbi say, so I did not say, but do you believe, Rabbi Amos, it was an angel that did such a thing? But could an angel did something like this? And Rabbi Amos say, yes, it's an angel. But the action of the angel is good. It meant to heal them. But the action of men, the violence that took place, I doubt the angel will be responsible for this. The Most High did this, brothers. The Most High did this, brothers. Horrible and terrible God. The whole thing was all over, brothers. You know what I mean? It was all over. But you understand those people trying to get healed. It was Raphael that troubled the water. That's not the first time Raphael does things like that. You see, when you go to anytime you go to a river or a little spring, call upon Raphael and tell him, bless the water. Give the water healing properties. He will. Be very careful. We'll talk about this multiple times. Holy water. Archangel Raphael bless. They can do that. All right. I was silent. They took all of this out. Everything that we are reading here, brothers, they took all of that out. All right. So you won't know the name of the angels. So you won't know which angels to call for healing. You won't know all of this. They took that out from the book. And the PDF version, it's in there. And my book and our book here, it's in there. Okay. I was silent, but I sighed for the wickedness of men, and that can make even God's gift curse and reception of them. You see what she say? She say, I feel bad for men, for the wickedness. Even the gift, the good gift God give them, it turned out to be wicked. Okay? Aside for the wickedness of men that can make even God's gift curse and the reception of them. Even the Most High give us something that is good. Men, the 2/3, that's why if we build a community, brothers and sisters, there are certain people we cannot have them there. They will destroy it. I can guarantee you they will destroy this community right before your eyes. Then the only thing you can do is just stand there and watch them, say, what the hell is going on here? That's why there's certain business you cannot open. The 2/3 will break. They just destroy it. Something that the Most High meant to be good unto the nation, the 2/3 went in there and set it on fire. They will destroy it. We now turn a little to the right, for as the bridge by which the road of Jericho is usually gained by was being solidly rebuilt by the Romans. We had to follow the brookside till we came near Absalom's pillar, at the sight of which the whole history of that misguided young prince came before me. How wonderful that the glorious head of the golden heir, of which he was vain, and of which the poets that they spake more. Okay, works show me the pit into which the 10 young men, the prince must have been brave and stuff. All right, now Jerusalem I sent to leave him. All right, now after she saw, she said, men, something beautiful, a gift from the Most High, is cursed by men. Even though the action of the Most High is good, but men turn it into a bunch of scum stuff. And she said they turned on the right. You know what they saw, brothers? They saw the way where Absalom got killed. Okay, remember in the book of the Pillars of Fire, the throne of David. Absalom was killed by Joab, and he had 10 men with him. Okay, yeah, Absalom was a handsome man, but he got killed. Joab threw a javelin to his heart and killed him dead. His hair was so long, his hair got caught up in stuff. So they showed the place where Absalom got killed. All right. Absalom was killed by Joab, okay? According to the throne of David, okay? 10 young men were there. They assist Joab, but Joab killed Absalom with his own hand, all right? Excuse me. They took all of that out, okay? And then this is the part they put in there, okay? We had hardly reached the place where the two words meet when we heard to the west the sound of the galloping of a large body of horse, and the next moment the young woman centurion come in the sight. And then they took this part out. By the word from the horse gate, they took that out. Excuse me. Riding at the head of a troop of horse, whose martial appearance with the ringing of their armor and the melody of the bugles made my blood leap. And then they took this next part out. I am sure if I could have seen my eyes, I should have discovered in them a martial fire. Aemilius looked like a prince, and his burnished armor shone in the sun like an armor of fire. So while they get to the word, and then they heard a galloping horse, a bunch of people coming. So they turned around, and then they saw the young centurion coming to his horse with his armor upon his head, his helmet and stuff. He wore like the golden armor and sword. He looked like a fiery angel's coming. Okay. Aemilius, okay, I already read that. And at this side were the youth who bore the eagle of his band, but the centurion himself carried in his hand only a badge of his rank. So he had another dude with him that carried a banner, because back then it's protocol and formality. If you're riding, you always have to carry your banner and your badge. Just like today, when you're going anywhere far, you have to carry your driver license or ID somewhere. I know a lot of people will give me crap for this. A lot of people will send me email that I'm encouraging the people to get back into the system. You have no idea what you're doing. You're putting men's law above the Most High law. That's not what that is. It's called protocol. When you're riding, they have to see your banner. Who are those people riding? That's why Barabbas didn't have any banner. If you don't have any banner, you are either pirates or thieves. When they look at the banner, they see, those are the police. Those are the paramedics. That's a funeral procession. Oh boy, those are robbers. Banners, okay? And then he wasn't carrying any banner. The guy next to him was carrying the banner. He had his badge on his hand, okay? To identify himself when he go places they don't know him, all right? He saluted me. Okay, he saluted us with that courteous which distinguishes every motion, and then divided his troop into two bodies, half of whom trotting ahead led the van, and the other four behind serve as rear guard. So this guy came in, he saluted them, because they always salute in the name of the king. They say, Ave Julius Caesar. And then the Hebrew say, okay, all praises to the Most High. What's up with you? And then he sent a group of them, okay, and in front of the caravan, the group of the people, and then a group of them stay behind. And then the woman, the centurion he detached himself from the caravan, because he was a soldier, he was a guard. He should not be distracted and talking to women and men, sharing stuff. His eyes was giving security, because the band of Barabbas, if they caught them off guard, you caught you and your pants down, it's gonna be a problem. So they had a group of the people in front of them, okay? The people are in the middle, a group in the back, and they are moving. The centurion is moving around. Okay, he's watching left, he's watching right, because he's the head guard. Okay, the head guard. All right. All right. So, oh boy. All right. We're done here, okay? Then give the wolf to move out and say, move forward. And then they start moving. And then they cut this whole part out. They cut this part. The centurion himself would either by the side of Rabbi Amos or near our brothers, but he did not so far occupy himself with us as to forget his duty as captain, which he fulfilled with utmost vigilance, especially after we passed the village and enter upon the desert space that lies beyond Bethany. They took that out, okay? Farewell, dear father, till my next, when I will resume my narrative of the events which have taken place since I left Jerusalem. The God of our father Abraham be your defense and shield, your affectionate daughters Adina. All praises to the Most High. They took that out, okay? All praises, okay? Letter 7 is done. Give the Most High praises and glory, brothers. All praises to the Most High. Let me hydrate the holy temple here with the Holy Spirit while you give praises to the Most High God. Excuse me. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. You did say knowledge will increase in the last day. Yea, we are seeing this knowledge will increase. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, beloved brothers and sisters. Thank you for assisting us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of you that type and tell chat room brothers, okay, and you understand certain things. Thank you, beloved sister De Alia 7 for the super sticker. We learn, brothers. Again, take this with a bucket of salt or a barrel of salt. Well, the Pacific Ocean filled with salt. Okay, why we trust this book a lot? Because the new version that they released, brothers, they took all of that out, and you understand why they did this. Okay, this book again came out in 1851. We were in hardcore slavery, brothers. Okay, this book and this chapter we learn the Gibeonites, why they were like that. We made the vows, how important it is, beloved, to take a vow, brothers. You know, and don't take your vow lightly. Okay, when you say the Most High, I'm going to fast for 4 hours, I will not eat nor drink, or I will eat bread. You know, Most High, I'm your daughter, your son, I am not that healthy. I have diabetes, I have this issue, but I will fast. I will fast with this, my medicine and bread and water, or I will eat these certain hours, but I will fast for your glory, Father. I simply want to give you glory. If anything happened to me, it's in your hand. This is a vow, brothers, and you have to respect it. Okay, if you tell the Most High, that's why I told people always begin your fast with liquid. Even though you want to do a dry fast, do liquid, because at any moment you might go ahead and break the. It's a very serious thing, brothers. If you say the Most High, my vow is for me to follow you wherever you are sending me, and all of a sudden you come upon the loin of the Most High. He told you to do something. I ain't gonna do this. I'm not this type of person. I'm not this. I'm not that. This book say if you do this, you're a reprobate's mind. Keep coming upon the loin of the Most High. You met this blind man. He was blind from birth. He trained a little lamb from birth. This lamb been is with him. The turtle dove's been with him for all his life. He sacrificed them unto the Most High because that was his vow. Thank you for everybody that give while I was reading. I didn't see. Thank you for all of you, excuse me, that raise the nation vibration, the nation frequency to a high vibration by helping us laugh and type jokes. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay? Brothers, this is very important. Your vows. That's why they remove the angels. They know by you say, wait a minute, that water was for healing, but that must have been Raphael, because we met Raphael before. Probably Raphael is the first angel that the whole nation that are here encounter first. He was the one who admitted us to the spiritual hospital. Okay, we got healed by him. Gabriel came in and announced us that the judgment is upon the Gentiles. Gabriel literally come and say, don't worry, they will be destroyed. Okay, and then Michael came in, Uriel came in and purified us, and then Michael came in and put the nail in the coffin. All right, thank you, beloved. Thank you so much. All right, so brothers, it's the whole thing, and you see how even back then, brothers, this thing never went away from our people. Which shows you everybody was sitting at the pool. It's not like the moment they saw the water boil, they could have calmly get in there one by one, and the water wasn't going nowhere. It's me, Negro. I'm first, my Negro. What's up with you? I'll slice your ass with my knife. What up with you? I don't give a crap if you're old men, old women, children, and women. I'll slice your ass and then get myself in there first. Okay, a lot of people die, man. A lot of people die, man. This thing was made for the people to be cured, but they ended up hurting each other, killing each other, man. So a horrible thing that happened in there. But we give the Most High praises and glory, man. And thank you, brothers. And sisters for being there. Yeah, it's a horrible thing, man. You see, like, yo, dude, you literally you slice this dude's ass because he was saying, yeah, like you, yeah, look at the other, say you're gonna die anyway, and you go get the hell out of my way. I'm stronger than you. I'm gonna leave. Let me leave. Yo, you're gonna leave. That guy is about to die, but let the fellow get in there. But yo, dude, you left a trash can with all your might. You hit that guy in the head. All you had to do, let the dude get in the pool, man. Oh, that's all you had to do. But you hit that. You lift up this. You actually grab a freaking pig. You hit that guy in the head so hard with the pig that pork turned out to kill the guy. Why would you do this, man? Which shows you like everybody's after their own self. It's that crab in a barrel bucket stuff, brothers. If I can get, it's not like I can get it. The water is here, brother. The water is not going nowhere. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna kill you. I have to. It's me. I gotta be cured. Me, not you. Why you here? Why you wanna get cured too? It's me. I'm supposed to. The Lord must touch me. And God forbid I'm gonna hit you with a pig and kill you with pork disease, man. You literally lift up a pig, you hit the guy in the head, you kill him with the pig. When his family asks you, like, oh, the pork killed this guy. He hit too much of it. Selfishness. Our people will do ish like this. Man. It's crazy, man. When you sit there, you're reading this, you say, everybody that listen to this, you literally say, this is another Black Friday. This is nothing new. I thought that was going to be a new thing, but our people been doing that scumbag stuff since back then. That's just another Black Friday. It's not like, brothers, when they go to that Black Friday, they get so much stuff and then there's stuff left in the back. All they have to do is wait a little, they will restock. That's all, man. All they have to do is wait and then they will restock everything. It's not like they can buy the whole store. You can never buy the whole store. Selfishness. Yeah, that guy hit that other dude with a freaking, just grab a pig and then hit him with the pig, man, and kill the guy, man. That guy was cutting himself in there. He's like, well, I've not got that. Well, that's what happened when you got the swine flu. The swine flu killed everybody. Said, man, we watch you, man. You lift up the pig, you hit him in the head with the pig, man. You kill him. Now, yes, the pig hit him, but the flu of the pig, the swine flu, killed him. Like, get the hell out of my way, or I've been started hitting you scumbag with bats now. And I'm not talking about the flying bats, if you catch my drift. And if I hit you with that bat, you're literally going to get hurt. I mean, the other bats, the Moabites can hit you with them. You will get something else. But I'm going to literally start hitting. You know what? You guys, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are a bunch of baseball in front of me, like the little ball. And I feel like I want to run a home run in your ass. Get the hell out of my way. That's how people was. And until now, brothers, that's how they are. That's how they are, brothers. That's how they are. You just realize, say, wait a minute, those people were scumbag back then. They're still scumbag now. You literally sit there like, that's what Adina did, brothers. That's what Adina did. Adina just sit there. Her mouth was dropped. She like, she just sit there. She watched like the whole thing. And you know what happened? Toward the whole thing, the fighting, the pushing and all that, they were coming towards them. Okay, they brothers, the water was behind those people. They were coming, say, hey, here's some more mother lovers over there, and that let's go get them. Yeah. Yo, the pool. It seems like those people were there. They weren't there to get the pool. They were there to kill as much and as many people that they could kill. You barely heard people jump in the pool. They were like, they was too busy killing each other. That's what's going on now. That's now you see why when you're watching the news, a 2/3 got killed here, another 2/3 shotting a whole people, and then you understand now. You're like, yeah, whatever, man. I mean, that's how the first time you scumbag bucktooth hillbilly monsters are doing this thing. You did this back in the day, remember? In that time of YAHAWAH, you scumbag kill a blind man. You hit a guy with a pig, you grab a trash lid, you hit another dude, you guys cut your way through in there. I mean, when I say cut your way, not taking a shortcut, you guys literally pull knives and sword and start jabbing people and then plunging your knife in their anus and kill those people. If it wasn't for the woman that came in and put the coil to this, they would have killed everybody, man. They would have killed everyone. It's crazy. Like, yo, you scumbags, man. And now you understand, like, it's futile, brothers, to try to argue with the two-third. It's futile to tell those people to stay. All right, brethren, one by one, let's keep this in order. It won't work. Yeah, even now, brothers, if that thing happened now, as you see, brothers, if it could have happened now, you would have seen while they were shooting each other, killing each other for to go in that pool. You would have seen like some dudes with their phone and some of our women twerking in there by that pool. They will go in the pool and start twerking in it. You know how that thing is, man. That's how you see those people, even though the police are killing them, they get on top of the car twerking. Like, they would have done that, brothers. If it was like right now, those people had to go somewhere to do this thing to get this, okay? They would have twerking it and then film this and then drink and start and then shooting each other right then. And you just raise your hand and say, only the most I can deal with those people. I'm out of here, man. Yeah, I'm out of here. So you see that, brothers, you see the way that the priests carry themselves. They carry themselves as if like they are the symbol of, they are the Most High walking on earth. Don't be messing with me, man. I'm a priest. I'm Caiphas, Negro. You see my robe, you see my palace there. My tall, imposing, hey man, all those things. All right, beloved brothers and sisters, thank you. Tomorrow we might go to the next chapter. I don't know yet, or I might release a video. We don't know, but whatever it is, it will be the will of the Most High. Okay. Yes, brethren, fast, pray, repeat. May the King reign forever. I'll see you folks tomorrow for the. Oh, well, okay, all right. I may not be here. Wait, hang on. What the hell am I doing? Tomorrow is the 29th. Oh yeah. All right. Tomorrow, my mother have a dental appointment at 10 a.m. Is that what that is? 9 a.m. It should be. I should be in the prayer. I don't know yet, but I should be there. If you don't see me, I might come a little late. If you don't see me, I might be busy, but I will do the best that I can to come. I know the most I will do something to tomorrow. Okay. All right. Caiphas was the pimp. Caiphas was pimping, man. Yeah, that's why this dude, they do everything. Now, beloved brothers, be at peace. Shalom, fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Is that what that is? Huh? Oh, yes, it is. Shalom.